So we're doing all the work, right? We're doing everything and nothing really has changed. The 3D hasn't really budged, still looking dry. SP still behaving like a background character. Bank account still not looking like a phone number. And so we get a little ticked off, a little frustrated, right? We tend to start wavering. We tend to start blaming everything and everybody, for this whole journey. And when this wavering starts, obviously the questions like, is this even going to happen? How long does this take? How long am I supposed to do this? This is stupid. All those stupid thoughts start coming in, flowing in. And I want to say this is where like 99% of people tend to fall back right there in that moment because of the wavering. And, it's normal for doubt and fear to just roll in and start to like overwhelm you in a way. But mind you, it's not about, never feeling doubtful or fear, but it's about not reacting to it. Because every moment of every day, our mind is picking lanes. It's like new story, old story, new story, old story. And mind you, the old story really, really pulling back, right? And eventually we get triggered, which is, again, completely fine. It happens. We get triggered. It's human. But here's where your determination comes to play. Here's when the fun starts. Because are you going to give into the trigger? Or are you going to catch yourself? And instead of reacting as you usually do, you catch yourself, you pause, you breathe, and you redirect. AKA you respond to the trigger. You respond to the situation instead of reacting to it. Because reacting from the old is like, it's nothing new. Like we've been doing it our whole life. It's easy. It's like muscle memory at this point. But responding from the new self-concept, that is you conforming. That is you conforming to your own assumptions. That is you aligning your behavioral patterns to your new thinking patterns, to your new thought patterns. You're aligning it. Now it matches. Because affirming one thing and then doing another thing, like contradicting it, is you being hot and cold. That's literally us being hot and cold. And then wondering why the 3D and everything in it is being hot and cold, is being messy. We're messy. We're the ones being messy. Like this is what conforming to your own assumptions looks like. You get triggered. And instead of giving into it, instead of reacting like you usually do, you pause. You pause intentionally. You're aware of the situation, you catch it, and you respond. You choose to respond instead of reacting like you normally would. So, pattern interruption, right? Let's say you feel doubt. You get those doubtful thoughts. You start feeling doubtful. Again, you notice it and you redirect. You simply redirect. Is it going to always be easy? No, but it's very simple. It's a simple task. Redirect. Because think about it. Doubts are not facts. Neither is fear. They are not facts. Doubts are they're hypotheticals. Doubt is a hypothetical, just like every other thought. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, all are hypothetical, right? But it's us persisting in it long enough that we eventually get evidence of it, that eventually it becomes part of our physical reality, right? So again, choose. I know it's not easy. I know it can be very hard sometimes, but remind yourself, it's simple. Maybe not always easy, but it's simple. You know what you have to do, but it takes willpower. It takes discipline to do it. What else? Let's say you want to spiral. You get that urge, to spiral, to check, to just lose your mind, right? And instead of spiraling, instead of giving into it, you don't. Again, it's gonna be a battle with yourself to just not give into it. But what I recommend in those moments, instead of spiraling out of control, is to again redirect. So take that frustration and scream into a pillow, punch a pillow, tear up a pillow, buy $2 pillows and just for you to be able to tear them apart. And once you release yourself from that energetic buildup in your body, which is frustration, anger, sadness, impatience, all of that, once you release yourself from it, once you process it and release it, then regulate your nervous system. In my opinion, when your body is like in fight or flight, like when you're frustrated or angry, in my opinion, that's not when I would regulate my nervous system. That's when I would do, like I said, the releasing, like even somatic shaking. Even though that is all a form like of nervous system regulation, I guess, but I would first, again, release myself from it, and then I would regulate my nervous system, whether it's with breath work, butterfly tapping, EFT tapping, or whatever you like to do to regulate. But remember, it's not about pretending that everything is fine. It's not about performing. You don't have to give a performance. You don't have to act as if. You don't have to walk around with a fake smile on your face. But you have to think aligned and deliberately not feeding the old story, the old narrative. Take this one-on-one that I had. She was in no contact with her SP for a while. And then they got into contact and they started talking, all of that. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, she mentioned something from the past that I guess triggered him, and he pulled back. She doesn't even know what made her say that. But it's like, in that moment, it was just the old story, the old self-concept, the old pattern being louder than the new. And that is okay. That is completely fine. In that moment, she was just not there yet, because she's also in the process of conforming to her own new desired reality, new narrative. Take your time. Take your time to conform to your new assumptions. Take your time in becoming the version of you who you want to be, in the version of you who you are in that new story, in that new reality that you want. It's just about being aware of your thoughts, being aware of the choices that you are making that don't contradict those thoughts, those affirmations. Because, you know, we can't really expect change to happen without making a change. You know what I mean? Like, we want change, but we're not making the change. We're not making the change, but also complaining that things are not changing. Like, make it make sense. Like, again, it's just all part of being human. It's completely fine. But let's get it right this time. Again, it's not about performing. It's not even about believing. It's just about persisting in what you want with patience. Because, you know, sometimes the greatest power, the greatest action you can find is in the quiet little power of patience, you know? So take it easy with yourself. Be easy with yourself. Be kind to yourself and be patient. And you got this.